The bond between humans and animals often transcends words, serving as a silent language of loyalty, comfort, and unyielding affection in a world that can feel overwhelmingly chaotic. For Katie Price, the 47-year-old British media personality whose life has been a tabloid tapestry of triumphs, heartbreaks, and unapologetic reinventions, this connection runs profoundly deep. Once a glamour model who graced covers and catwalks, Katie has evolved into a multifaceted icon: author, equestrian, mother of 5, and fierce animal advocate. Yet, her journey with pets has been marred by a string of devastating losses that have tested her resilience, drawing public scrutiny and even calls for intervention. Amid this shadow, her recent adoption of a tiny new puppy emerges as a beacon of hope, a defiant act of love that underscores her unbreakable spirit and commitment to healing through companionship. Katie's affinity for animals dates back to her Sussex countryside roots, where horses and hounds were childhood constants. As her career skyrocketed in the 1990s, so did her menagerie, dogs of every breed scampering through her estates, cats curling in sunbeams, even exotic rescues like meerkats and parrots. These weren't accessories, they were family woven into the fabric of her chaotic existence. Her 2019 purchase of a sprawling farm became a sanctuary, a place where she could nurture her passions for riding and rehabilitation. There, she poured resources into stables for retired racehorses, aviaries for injured birds, and kennels for strays, transforming personal grief into purpose. "Animals don't judge, they just love," she wrote in her memoir, a sentiment echoed in countless Instagram posts of muddy paws and nuzzling noses. But tragedy struck with cruel frequency, casting long shadows over this idol. The first major blow came in 2020, when her beloved German Shepherd, Blade, was fatally struck by a vehicle on the A24 highway adjacent to her property. Katie, alerted by a neighbor's frantic call, raced to the scene, cradling her dying companion in the roadside dusk. The grief was visceral. Social media saw raw, tear-streaked videos of her vowing to install barriers, her voice cracking with accusations against careless drivers. Mere months later, history repeated in heartbreaking symmetry. Sharon, another German Shepherd adopted as Blade's companion, met the same fate on that cursed stretch of road, tires screeching, fur matted with blood, Katie arriving too late to do more than mourn. The double loss hollowed her, prompting a tearful podcast episode where she recounted the gut-wrenching silence of empty kennels, her horses whinnying in confused solidarity. The sorrows compounded. In 2022, one of her horses, a gentle chestnut named Doja, escaped the paddock during a storm, bolting onto the A24 in panic. Found hours later by passers-by, the animal had suffered catastrophic injuries, necessitating euthanasia on site, a scene Katie described as the worst nightmare, watching the vet's needle pierce that trusting neck. Public outcry followed, not just for her pain but for questions of enclosure security. Then came the feline heartbreak. Early 2025 brought a litter of kittens, born prematurely to her tabby queen amid a harsh winter. Frail and unable to nurse properly, the tiniest, a fluffy black puffball Katie named Shadow, succumbed after days of round-the-clock bottle feeding. "I sat up all night, willing him to fight," she shared on Snapchat, her feed a mosaic of tiny paws and whispered encouragements. The remaining kittens thrived, but the void lingered, a reminder of nature's indifference. These incidents fueled a firestorm. Online petitions surged, amassing over 37,000 signatures by mid-2025, demanding authorities bar Katie from pet ownership. Critics cited negligence: fences too low, roads too close, her high-profile life too distracting. One viral thread accused her of collecting animals like handbags, ignoring the veterinary bills stacking into 6 figures and her advocacy for stricter rural traffic laws. Katie fired back with characteristic fire. Live streams from the vet, blueprints for reinforced perimeters, partnerships with RSPCA for safety audits. "You think I don't beat myself up? Every loss is on me," she admitted, her defiance masking deeper wounds. The backlash echoed broader societal tensions: celebrity accountability versus privacy, animal welfare versus personal liberty. Yet, from these ashes rises a new chapter: the arrival of little Maverick, a weeks-old Pomeranian Chihuahua mix, all fluff and ferocity. Katie unveiled him on Snapchat, the pup nestled against her shoulder like a living scarf, his button eyes peering curiously at the camera. "So tired from all the cuddles but worth every second," she captioned, her exhaustion from sleepless nights a badge of devotion. Maverick's debut clip showed him tumbling over her lap, yipping at a toy bone, Katie's laughter a rare, unfiltered melody. "This isn't impulse, it's intention." Vetted through a reputable breeder emphasizing health screenings, the pup joins a household now fortified, cameras at gates, microchips embedded, a dedicated animal nanny on payroll. True to form, Katie's already plotting adventures. Puppy playdates at the farm, Instagram puppy cams for fans, even a children's book series inspired by his antics. Maverick's integration speaks to Katie's philosophy of renewal. Motherhood has schooled her in this. 5 children from 3 marriages, each arrival a fresh start amid custody battles and media maelstrom. Pets, in her world, mirror that cycle, grief's grip loosening to make room for paws pattering anew. She envisions therapy sessions with Maverick, his tiny form a balm for Harvey, her eldest son with autism and visual impairment, who finds solace in soft fur. For Junior and Princess, teens navigating fame's glare, the pup offers normalcy, a walk in the woods free from flashes. Bunny and Jet, the youngest, see in him a playmate for endless games of fetch. This adoption challenges the narrative of recklessness. Katie's no stranger to reinvention. From Jordan the model to Pricey the entrepreneur, her Mucky Mansion YouTube series to political forays on disability rights. Animals anchor her, grounding the glamour in grit. As Maverick curls in her arms, she whispers promises. Safer paths, vigilant eyes, unbreakable bonds. The petitions may rage, but her heart, scarred yet steadfast, beats on. In welcoming this bundle of joy, Katie Price doesn't just adopt a dog. She reclaims her narrative, one wag, one woof, one resilient step at a time toward a future where love outpaces loss.